It's another delicious day here in the Let's Make Food from Food Kitchen, and today I'm making corned beef hash, and I am so excited for this. It's one of my favorite breakfast dishes. I'm not a big breakfast person, but this is my go-to. I'm a fan of chicken fried steak too, but none of this is good for me, so I try not to eat it very often. However, this is homemade, so it's got to be at least a little better for me, right? Okay, so not a lot of ingredients. I have my homemade corned beef, which I will put the link down below for that. I pre-cooked potatoes. You should always pre-cook your potatoes for this. So it's diced Yukon Gold potatoes, and they are boiled. I didn't completely, like, they're not mushy. You shouldn't, they'll just mush up and be kind of gross in there unless that's what you like. So I try to still keep them firm. Not completely fork tender, just where it's cooked, but not like stop right there, and then stop the cooking process with ice water to cool them, and then they're ready for you to use in this dish. I've got my pan heating up, and I'm going to start preparing my onion. Now, here's the thing about the onion. You can use any kind of onion you want, really, or none, not at all if you don't like onion. I do, and I like the, as they call it, red onion. It's purple. I say it every time. It's purple. That's purple. I like the bigger chunks in hash for onion. Use what you like. If you want smaller pieces, you know, whatever you want. So I'm going to be a little generous with mine and just slice it, and I don't need a whole lot. And you can adjust how much you use to your taste too. And I am literally, God, that's my lid that's rattling over there. Sorry about that. I'm just going to quarter it after I've sliced it. That's all I'm going to do to cut it down. I need about 3 tablespoons of butter. I know it sounds like a lot. It kind of is, but I want this to brown up nicely. Not even looking, I'm just guessing. Because that's what, you know what, guys, that's what I do in my kitchen. I'm like eyeballing it. Unless it's like a baking recipe that I need to turn out really, really well. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I often eyeball it in my own kitchen. A little one. Okay, once that butter starts melting, I'm just going to toss my onion right on in there. Okay. All right. I can tell that my heat's up a little too high because my butter browned, which is okay. That'll still be delicious. It's fine. So I want to cook these down till they're pretty close to translucent. And then we are going to add in our potatoes and our corned beef, which is, like I said, delicious. This on my plate, this is my cheddar soda bread that I made. It's going to be a nice little side. You can toast it. You can put some butter on it and brown it if you want. Okay. I'm happy with where this is at. I don't want it to be completely translucent because it's got to cook for another 10 minutes, so the onions will continue to cook in this process. I just need to get all of my potato in there, all of my corned beef in there, and stir it together. Okay. Now what I want to do is take my spatula and press this down pretty firmly. And this is one of the reasons you don't want mushy potatoes, because they'll just disintegrate. So we're going to press it down, and then we're going to let it cook for about 5 minutes. And we're not going to flip it. We're not going to stir it because we want it to crisp up and brown. So I'm going to set a timer, wherever my timer went. Once I find my timer, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm going to let this sit. Then after the 5 minutes, I'm going to lift a corner and check it, and we'll get to that point when we're there. So I'll see you in a few. All right, that's my timer. So I am going to carefully just lift and see. All right, I've got some good browning, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it the best I can. It's not going to be a patty because it's not shredded fine enough to do that, but I want to flip as much as I can over. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press it down and cook it for 5 minutes. Ooh, some of that got really crispy. It's delicious. Okay, press it back down. Cook it for 5. Okay, so I've got a nice crisp all the way around in these places, and I'm ready to take this off because I don't want it to burn. I just want it crisp. It looks fantastic, so I'm going to serve it up in this. And then I'm going to quickly fry an egg. And I'm just going to put it right on top of the butter. For this, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt directly on the egg, as well as some pepper. Fry your egg whatever temperature you like. I like mine over easy. I am going to cover it so it kind of cooks the top a little bit. If you like sunny side up, but you want to make sure all the whites are cooked, because that's the thing for me. That's why I typically don't do sunny side up, is I like the whites completely cooked. But if you cover it with the lid and even splash a little water in there to steam it, it'll help cook the top of your egg. It's a little tip for you. Ta-da! Oof, maybe I should flip that over. There we go. And I'm done. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to sprinkle some of my parsley on top of everything except the bread. Okay. Now I have corned beef hash, 1 fried egg, and my cheddar soda bread. It's going to be delicious. I'm very excited to try this. I love potatoes and hash. Oops, dropped my egg, or my potato, my egg. This is everything my breakfast needs to be right here. It's delicious. So yummy. And you know what the best part about this is? None of my family will eat this, so I get this all to myself. Not in one sitting, of course. I'm gonna spread it out. I'll probably do a little serving for my mom, but the rest of it's all mine. Is there something you'd like to see me make? Tell me what it is down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me here today in the Let's Make Food from Food kitchen. From my kitchen to yours, let's make food from food.
That's one boy puppy.